regretting this already. I'm on so little sleep and I had 2 failures last night. Oh boy. I really had to have rain? Oh no. Hey everybody, editor me, and this is my attempt at the Gold Apocalypse Challenge from Bronze to Gold. I thought I was ready for this and not even being Prestige 1, and I was sadly mistaken. It took a lot more effort than I thought it would. I'll just walk you through my process here though. On my bronze attempt here, I've seen some videos online, and what I'm doing is just setting up some quick little tests here to see if there's any entrance ghosts, and I'm wandering around with my EMF, not my parabolic for some reason, to find the ghost room, when I really should have just been using the parabolic. And I'm kind of just aimlessly wandering around looking for the breaker. At least in bronze it lets you use power, and silver it lets you use power, gold it doesn't. So I was really relying on that. Okay, really? Not here either? Oh my god. Alright, here you are. Let's see if we can do a gin test. Alright, no EMF2. Eventually wandering around aimlessly in the top right wing, found me the ghost room. In this far right corner over here in one of the bigger rooms. It was a little bit of a tricky ghost, let's just say that. Alright, this wasn't some sort of teleporting ghost. That's pretty good. Can't believe I started off this challenge still with only the tier 2 crucifix. But anyways, I shuttled all my important stuff I needed from the van to this room, hoping that I was going to get a ghost that was going to give me some sort of really reliable evidence, but that really wasn't the case here. Alright, breaker went out, so that crosses off Jin. Bringing in the more trusty hardcore electronics proved to be pretty useful. Besides, needing this to check for mimic orbs was definitely a must for anybody that's trying to do this challenge. And apparently whatever ghost this was started hunting me when I wasn't even in the same area. So this is a great start. But using the electronic equipment eventually yields me my great piece of evidence that I need. Just gotta cower in fear a little bit more until I can go back to the van, and then I'm all good to go. Oh, we got orbs, eh? So if you leave 2 evidence in there, I might be lucky for a mimic. I wish. Unfortunately, this was a real ghost orb. And it leaves me with some options that are a little tricky for beginners and intermediate players to come to a conclusion with on just one evidence, other than the fact of the ones that you can eliminate with just the sound of their footsteps, which would eliminate a Hantu, a Thay, a Revenant, and a Raiju based on footstep speed. A Hantu would be running quicker out of its room when it's cold, and then slowing down. A Thay would just be very fast, unless I aged it for a lot longer. Our old friend the Revenant would be slow as molasses, and a Raiju would be speeding up around the electrical equipment and slowing down as it got far enough away from it. Are you here? Can you hear me? Are you there? Are you here? Can you hear me? Are you there? Are you young? Are you old? Can you hear me? Are you there? Also, at this point, I didn't really know the rule of forced evidence here. I don't know why I was checking thermometer. It would have been freezing temperatures if it was a Hantu. But definitely checking the spirit box as one of the evidence for the mimic is needed. I've learned from some other really good players that you should consider all ghost orbs fake until proven otherwise. Are you there? Can you hear me? Are you here? Are you there? Help me. Yes, indeed help me, because I also didn't realize that the forced evidence for the Obake is UV, so if there was no UV, I could cross off an Obake as well. After doing a long amount of testing with the parabolic microphone for the Banshee, listening for the shriek, flipping the light switch on and off, hoping a mare would do an interaction with that, to doing an Onryo test with one candelabra instead of three, which I should have came more prepared for. I was pretty stumped at this point. This thing was not doing anything. And not knowing ghost behaviors as well as I do now, looking back at it, I do know why it wasn't doing anything. At this point, after not seeing the Obake shift, I just didn't know what to pick. I heard it speed up at the end, so I assumed Raiju because it got close to my head flashlight, but that's not the case here. Mares, there's no way to tell what they are if they don't use their ability. I swear. Knowing what I know now, I know why the mare didn't attack. It's because my sanity threshold was above 40%, which is its hunting threshold when you're in the light. When you're in the darkness, it is above 60, and when you hit 60, then it hunts. So I was kind of just standing there in the light, and it wasn't doing any sort of bulb popping event, which was making it difficult still. Really weird mare. Can you hear me? Are you there? Can you hear me? Oh, well. That's just great. Yokai? In the second attempt, this was a much better educated guess. I could see why I thought it was a yokai, but unfortunately it wasn't. Moroi. Yeah. Makes sense. I used to get Morois and yokais mixed up a lot if I wasn't paying attention to my sanity. I think just because talking loud makes the yokai attack equals yokai, when Morois can just drain your sanity very quickly to their threshold, and they can attack as well. Just had to be the worst possible room here. Really had to be in the most disgusting room in this entire place. And on to my third attempt here in this bloody room that I didn't even know existed. We found the ghost room, of course, and this one was a bit more of a surprise. Okay, make me shit myself some more, why don't you? We got Spirit Box. After getting Spirit Box, I was just doing a quick Wraith test, and then I was going to see exactly what this ghost was shortly. Okay, well I wish I got this on camera, but I know what ghost this is. Did I get the ghost picture? Yes, I did. It's a Deojin. It was it was running at me all the way from downstairs up into this area, and I just kind of skirted around it a bit. I can probably get it on camera again if I want to. There's her feet. Hey, how's it going? Doing good over there? I'm doing a little scared over here. Pretty creepy. I'll just do that anyway, just to slow you down a little bit. Make sure I'm not backing into anything. And there she goes.
Welcome back. I've prepared some jobs for you.
Thank God, I love you, Diogen. Screw you, Mare. Screw you, Moroi. Screw you, Demon. And any of the others that I got. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Alright. Well, maybe silver coming up. Oh, that's gonna be terrible. Okay. I'm at 38% sanity, no activity. Got both objectives, got the picture of the ghost, and if this is not a shade, then I don't know what is. So my plan is to go in and just listen for the cross to burn, and then see what my sanity is. And if it's below 35 finally, when I hear that cross burn, this has to be a shade. Or I give up on this game. Alright, that's where the ghost room is, next to the cross, and this is going out. Could be hunting any minute now. Alright, there goes the cross. Let's see what sanity I'm at. Okay, I'm below the 35% threshold for a shade. Got all three objectives. Got a photo of this ghost somewhat. And like I said, if this is not a shade, I give up entirely. I did not see any ghost orbs, so it can't be mimicking a shade. Let's just pray. Thank you. Thank you, the shyest ghost in the entire game, even though that took me about an hour and a half. I would have recorded the shade investigation, but it was incredibly boring. It was just a shade being a shade. Money, though. Whew. Most of it. Oh, there it is. Yeah, right where you belong. For the easiest ghost I could possibly imagine in the asylum. Okay, I'm back here on a gold attempt with what appears to be a revenant, and I'm pretty much shitting myself because this thing is very slow, but if it's a revenant at 150 times speed, I don't know how I'm gonna get a photo of it, or even prevent it from hunting with a crucifix. But what I do know is that it's in the corridor area where the breaker would be in the basement. So I do have some safeguards behind some doors. So my plan here is to actually get close enough just to see if I can prevent it from hunting. Maybe at least get its room. If I can prevent it from hunting a couple times, I could maybe get a ghost event picture and dip the way I came in. So hopefully that can work. At this point you could tell I've learned a little bit more. Carrying around the lantern for your sanity is a great part of this challenge, and the parabolic microphone is a must. You can hear from the footsteps here it's a revenant, it's very slow for 150 times speed. Just getting the actual picture is going to be a pain. So, from my calculations, with this friggin' thing. It's walking around the stairs up here, kind of going around here, around here, then going back down the stairs where it begins in this area, somewhere around here, and over here is where I plan to come through and possibly hide out and see if I can find its actual haunt room. Place a crucifix as quickly as I can, and hopefully get a ghost event and get out the way that I came in from. Yeah, let's see how well that works. It wasn't exactly a bad plan. It actually worked. Getting the picture, like I said, was going to be the hard part, and getting the picture was the part I got gypped out on.
Show yourself
As you can
again.
see here, it did burn the crucifix and it did manifest, just inside an object, and the photo did not count. If this counted, I would have had a revenant for my gold run at the first attempt, but not this time.
Okay, in a dumb order of events, when I was walking back, I had my lighter out so I could see, and my lighter ran out. I didn't know that they could run out, but they did. And I don't have another igniter, which means I can't smudge this ghost if it's right near me and it decides to hunt, so I can either leave and take the money for a revenant, or I can hide in the chapel and possibly get a sneaky picture of it near the piano. I think that's what I'm going to try to do. Hey, it's better to have failed than to have not tried at all.
Before I could even take the picture, this thing just rounded the corner and snapped my neck before I even knew what hit me. Okay, with this attempt, I think I'm testing something. I'm not sure, but I think this is an entryway shade. I mean, when I stepped in, it was doing nothing. And I was standing here for about a good, I don't know, 60 seconds, and I could hear it opening doors all the way down there. Not closing the door, not hunting. Let's see. Every attempt so far, the ghost is hunted within the first 5 seconds, whether it's a shade or a demon, and this one had me pretty confused. I'm gonna understand why, maybe? I know what it is later, but it's still really confusing.
Alright, starting to think this isn't a shade. Maybe if you could do a ghost event. Oh. Didn't hit it with anything else. Come on, show yourself. Well, that's ominous.
I actually got the picture this time of this creepy motherfucker, but I thought it was a shade still just because of how little it hunted, but apparently this makes sense.
Okay, never mind. There was a mare, apparently, that just didn't want to hunt. Well, I just guessed this one, so thanks.
Note to self and to anybody else out there that does this challenge, never underestimate the length of a hunt. When you think it's supposed to be over, it most likely isn't. This is the longest hunting period of any challenge you're going to face, and every second counts. Also, that being a mimic kind of made me angry. I could have checked the cams, but I just didn't.
There's some jobs ready for you.
Alright, back at it again with the gold attempt. I have the ghost picture. I've repelled it with incense. It's a Deogen, which is great. But the absolutely terrible thing is this objective and the fact that it's most likely downstairs in the restricted wing or somewhere. I think it's far away, and I'd have to witness an event, meaning I have to get to its ghost room with a crucifix to stop it. And hopefully it gives me a ghost event, and then hobble my way all the way back here and still live. Alright, this seems like a very stupid idea to do, but so what I have to do is go inside, take the immediate left, let it loop if I can get far enough, or possibly the chapel to loop it. I have to see if it's coming from downstairs or upstairs. And I'm only going to really have one shot at this. Once I'm in there, I'm in there. So I have to take the crucifix, I have to take the smudge, and I have to take the lantern wherever I left it, inside probably, for a light source. Because nods, yeah, they don't work anymore. And I'm just going to trip over myself in the dark. So it's literally this or nothing. Depending on how far I can get, I think I'm just going to go to the chapel. Nope, I'm not going to the chapel. I'll do that next.
The only downside to having a Deogen on this challenge, if there are any, is if the ghost is too far away, or if it's spawning right on top of you in the beginning of the entrance. Which has happened to me. I had a Deogen spawn in the room to the right when you're walking in, and it just cornered me at the front entrance and died. And the only other thing you have to worry about with Deogen on this challenge is if you walk into anything and you slow down slightly, you get killed. And getting killed by a Deogen in this challenge is not only humiliating because it's your chance for victory, but it's something that you could achieve. So this definitely took a while.
Yeah, it's either this or nothing. Once I'm down there, if it corners me, I'm screwed. I have one incense, and that's all I have. It's gonna run me down into a locked door, most likely. But I'm praying it doesn't.
At this point, I was just seeing where the Deogen was coming from. Basically, I have to play chess with this thing and make every move carefully, or else it's going to back me into a corner and kill me. So every little bit of calculation counts.
The only other thing I could think of is smudging it so I can just get past it in that stairway. And then maybe I'd have enough time to see where its ghost room is. That might make more sense because I don't want to go that way and get lost behind two locked doors rather than just one here that I could do. So I think I'm going to do that. Not now, because here she is again. Okay, so I went downstairs, I was able to loop it around this area for a bit, walked through here, and I was able to get to the stairs to go up the stairs over here, but it's not down here, it's up here somewhere, which is, I don't know. I'm pretty sure this is my last attempt at this, and then I'm just gonna take the L if I have to, because this is just almost impossible. I was able to see my breath down here and placed a crucifix, but it still was able to hunt, so it's either changing rooms or whatever, but this is gonna be my last attempt. Okay, I finally found the place she was at. It was a lot of looping. She breathed in my ear. Counted as the ghost event. And once that final cross is done, she's going to chase me to the end of that hallway, which I'm going to have enough time to get to possibly chapel in that room next to the other part of the entrance, and I am out of here. Gold challenge complete, baby. Let's do this. Alright, I'm gonna have enough time to get to the door. I'll get to the chapel, loop you in the chapel, and get to the door beside the entrance. I just can't even think right now. I'm literally right there. Slow down a little bit. Slow down a little bit. Done hunting. Okay, let's go. I know which direction you're coming from, so this can't be any easier right now. Everybody who said don't use the ghost event or the crucifix thing, well, I did it. Most oppressive Dio I've ever had in a game. Stopping in a second. There we go. If I can't make it to the front, I'm just gonna have to loop again right there. Usually it gives me enough time. Just please let me out. Please let me out. Please let me out. Oh. Cue that meme that's from Shawshank Redemption when he leaves and the prison and gets in the rain. Oh my god, gold complete. Let's go! Oh. And I ain't even prestige 1. But it was a Dio, so yeah. I don't care, let's go. I'm still calling BS on that Revenant picture. I had that in the bag, but I'll still take the Diogen any day. So many days and it feels so good. Oh my god, give me all the experience. All of it. And it's perfect to get level 100 right now, and I can prestige right after the gold challenge. Oh, thank god. The moral of the story here is this challenge can break you, but it can make you a better Phasmophobia player. Thanks for watching.